Hey everyone, this is Rachel, and today I'm here with a new scrapbooking process video. Thanks so much for joining me here, and I hope you enjoy. If you could flick me a thumbs up, that would be super awesome, and I would love it if you would become a subscriber. You can also click on the notification bell so you always know when I have a new video up. Alright folks, let's get going! Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Lift and Sketch with Christy and Rachel. Today, Christy and I are taking on this Vicky Parker, I think that's what it says, layout for Hip Kit design team. And I'm going to be working with the Crate Paper Good Vibes collection. That is this really fun, slightly travel theme, slightly boho chic style. And I'm going to be doing a lot of paper tearing as there is in the original layout. Now that little tiny piece of the yellow with the pink feather, I tore off just to create that tear, but I actually like the way it teared so much that I'm going to end up using it. Now, I've been debating, I really like this piece of paper with the quadrants of pink and animal print and spattering, but I don't think I'm ever going to use it for something as a background. It's not my aesthetic for a background. So I do decide to go ahead and tear it to use it as one of the patterns in my tear. And, I often say use your supplies the way they work for you. And that's what I'm talking about. That's a beautiful piece of paper, and for someone it would make a perfect background, but for me, I just wasn't ever going to use it. So I needed to use it in a way that worked for me. So I did go ahead and pull out some white cardstock to do as a base, and here I'm just layering up. And as you see, another thing I often say is when I mix my colors, I try to go for multicolor, and then a tone on tone, and then a multicolor, and then a tone on tone. And that's just what looks pleasing to my eye. Now I'm going back to this paper and I'm going to map both my photos, and I really liked the idea of having one photo have that mustardy color in one of the corners, and then the other photo I'm going to have that pink color be in not the pink, the black and white. I see the color pink, and that's where my brain went. And having the black and white be in another of the corners, and that brings the patterns from the top down into where the photos are as well. So I like the way things are looking. I'm going to go ahead, get all my paper strips down. And apparently I felt I needed to show you me gluing all of them down because I didn't cut away from this, which possibly could have been a good idea, but hey, what do you want? All right, so I'm gluing both the top and the bottom, basically because I didn't want them flying up, although I'm going to be gluing a bunch of other stuff on top of them, so I don't know why my brain decided this was necessary, but hey, sometimes my brain is a wonderful and weird place. So my two photos over there are of my animals sleeping. Occasionally they sleep in very odd positions, and I just wanted to document that. You'll see my dog on the left-hand side there. She is full belly exposure, so that means she's either very, very warm or very, very cold. I don't know which. Now, another thing when I talk about using your supplies to fit the way you'll use them, I don't ever think I'll use that good vibes only card. It was part of a cut apart sheet from this line. So I'm like, well, I'm just going to trim it in half, and now I'll just use the fringy bits, and that works for this layout. Now I pulled out all of the bird and animal stickers and die cuts and all of that for this. I figure, hey, it's a layout about my animals. I'm going to pull out all the animals. So I've got a llama, I've got some fox heads, a bunch of birds. Before I stick all of those down, I'm going to go in with some Shimmers Sweetheart, which is a pink, I think it's Vibes. I think it's a really shimmery one. And then I'm also going to go in with my Heidi Swap Gold Color Shine, and I'm going to do a base of that. And then for some reason, it's just taking a bit to dry. So what I really should have done was put this down and then put together the things behind my photos, but I did not do that. So instead, we're just going to have to give it some time to dry. I'm going to try wafting it, but that is not going to work. It's more the Heidi Swap Gold Color Shine that does take longer to dry. So while I'm just thinking about how, wow, words, as I'm letting it dry, I'm just going to do a bit of cleaning up. I'm going to think about, I do want to use one of these ampersands, and I'm just going to trim one out. So the back side of one of the sheets was a sheet of ampersands, and for those of you who don't know, I have a love of the ampersand that is opposite of my hatred of the speech bubble. So I do pull out an and to put in simply because there are two animals, and that is a good enough reason for me to use an ampersand. Now I'm going to get everything glued down basically the way I had it before. And the only thing that's really annoying to me is all of the birds and I think that's an alpaca or a llama. I think it's a llama actually, now that I'm looking at it. They all face in the same direction. They all face off to the right. And even the one that's body is turned to the left has their head turned to the right. And that's slightly disturbing to me, but there isn't anything I can do about it, so we're just gonna go on. I add that awesome, and that is a rubberized piece, as is the llama. And then from the collection, these Dream Big they're not epoxy, they're like puffy sticker words. They did come with the line, and so I'm just using that Dream Big as my title. I'm also adding these gold puffy stickers. Those are from Freckled Fawn, kind of scattering them all over my page. And that is going to finish off my layout for today. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you head on over to Christy's channel, check out what she did, and we'll be back next month with, later this month with a sketch. Bye everyone!